So Jada Pinkett Smith had recent Red Table Talk. She had a recent Red Table Talk where she made some comments. She made a couple comments where it seemed like she didn't take any responsibility for anything that happened. As if she wasn't sitting next to Will Smith wouldn't have slapped Chris Rock. She's pretending as if she had nothing to do with it. So the Red Table Talk that she had used, first she uses a woman's story to redeem herself a little bit. She's allowed to use arguments. And there's this woman, Nikki Ball, she had a 12-year-old named Rio. And I said had a 12-year-old because Rio is going to kill herself. I guess Rio Ball. So Nikki Ball is the mother, Rio is the daughter. And Rio is 12 years of age. And the 12-year-old daughter had alopecia. The 12-year-old daughter had alopecia, and she killed herself not because of that, but because of the taunting and the, I guess, rejection of her peers. She goes to public education. She was doing all of her scholastic work just like the damn fascists told her to do. But her classmates were mocking her and making fun of her, and she wasn't being accepted. So Nikki Ball talks about Rio. She says that she has alopecia, so she was getting all these spots on her hair. So she had alopecia, she got all these spots in her head, and she tried creams and injections and nothing had worked. So eventually Rio just said, "Can we just shave my head?" So they shaved Rio's head. They shaved Rio's head. She got herself a wig and it was working. It was working. She liked how she looked. She didn't have to deal with the patches. It was working. But when she went to public education, when she went to American public schools, since there's no freedom or democracy or solidarity, no class on relationships or how we should treat each other better, just shut the fuck up and do as the fascist tells you. Oh, what, somebody made fun of you? Maybe it'll get dealt with. Maybe it won't get dealt with. So Rio Ball, 12-year-old Rio is going through public education in America, and she's getting slapped upside her head. She's getting slapped upside her head. I've heard white women say that's not violence. If somebody slaps your head, somebody slaps you upside, that's not violence. That's not an assault. She's getting assaulted while she's walking down the hallway. That's bullshit. It's one thing for people to not accept her, but when they lash out at her, it's because you're so different, because you got a bald head and you wear a wig. You are so different, and then it's a bunch of fucking pieces of shit, the children of pieces of shit, so they're calling her a naked mole rat and a bug-eyed alien, Mr. and Mrs. Klein, which I don't really get that one, but they're calling her naked mole rat, bug-eyed alien. They're attacking her. They're hitting her in her head. And then eventually she goes back to her home and she hangs herself with a pair of jeans in her own room. In her own room with a pair of jeans. Can you fucking imagine that? Just being a young, innocent, and starry-eyed child going to American schools thinking that you're going to take on the world only to get insulted by some fucking douchebag. Can you imagine hanging yourself with a pair of jeans? When a person kills himself, a suicidal person says that there's no hope at the end of the tunnel. There's no hope, no more options, no way out. At least that's how they feel. Hanging yourself with a pair of jeans, my God. So great job, American schools. Great job, public education. Great job, authoritarians. Great job, you anti-democratic Republicans. Where's the freedom and democracy? We're supposed to be Americans, and we have this legacy of the Bill of Rights. They don't want us to know about the Bill of Rights. They don't want us to know shit. Shut the fuck up and do as you're told. They get the money, they get the power, and we get the insults. We get the violence and the insults. She hung herself with a pair of jeans. So Amy Schumer had said she went through something where she felt unlovable. I just feel like an adult versus, a child, it's a lot different because should an adult be able to handle somebody insulting them? Yeah, I guess they should, right? You would think. But Chris Rock, when he slapped the shit out of Will Smith at the Oscars, that's how it happened to me. That's my truth. You got your truth, I got my truth. In my mind, Chris Rock slapped the shit out of Will Smith. But young people, internalize that shit. Did Chris Rock, is Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith so insecure that some words that Chris Rock said they're going to internalize? And Will Smith laughed at the damn joke. So if Jada Pinkett Smith isn't there at Oscar night, Will Smith gets his Oscar. He's crowned our generation's Sidney Poitier, instead of just being a thin-skinned dickhead violent criminal. But our generation's Sidney Poitier, that's who Will Smith would have been without Jada Pinkett Smith. So what did she say about the slap? She just said something like, these two strong, intelligent men, they need to work it out, work together, especially with all the shit that's been going on in the world today. There's something wrong with the world today. I don't know what it is. Something wrong with our eye. Seeing things in a different way. God knows it ain't his. It sure ain't no surprise. Yeah! Living on the edge. Okay, that's not what happened. Chris Rock didn't slap the shit out of Will Smith. Okay, fine. And then she said that we're going to try to figure out this thing called life. So these two intelligent, capable men need to work it out because we need them both. Which is basically right. That's basically... But it sounds like when Joe Biden called Barack Obama clean in the primary. Oh, Barack Obama? Well, that black man, he's smart, he's intelligent, he's capable, he's clean, he could tie his own shoes. He can make himself a macaroni and cheese dinner. He knows how to put his socks in the dirty sock hamper. Joe Biden calling Obama clean is like so fucking... These two intelligent, capable men. No, capable? My God, all the shit that they've accomplished. How about these two legends? And then trying to figure out this thing called life. So, she removed herself from the situation. So, if Jada Pinkett Smith isn't sitting next to Will Smith is our generation's Sidney Poitier. Instead, he's not. I'll say this on Jada's behalf. I didn't take alopecia serious. I do now after Rio's suicide. Jesus Christ. Jada Pinkett Smith has a right to make her case in debates. The more arguments you throw out, you get points for every argument you throw out. So I do wish that Jada understood better how if she wasn't there next to Will Smith gets crowned our generation Sidney Poitier. Instead, he's not. These two strong, intelligent, clean men need to work it out. These two strong, intelligent, capable, and clean men who know how to tie their own shoes. They're legends. What you're talking about them like they're... But that's Jada. Jada Pinkett Smith couldn't even get Kane out of the ghetto. Being a black man in America, the hunt is on, and you're the prey. That's what The Rock told me. The hunt is on, and you're the prey. When Dave Chappelle was insulting the Nutty Professor, saying he was fat and that his belt size was equator, and that Jimmy Hoffa was hiding in the Nutty Professor's butt, Jada Pinkett Smith, did she say anything? Did she get up and kick his ass? She probably had all the fighting words in the world to do that. But what did Jada Pinkett... She just gave a mean face. That's it. I'm just going to mean mug you. How about that? I just mean mugged you. who's sucking whose titties over here. I'm kind of just kidding on these things. But on the Red Table Talk, when Will Smith said he felt like the wife, and in a previous Red Table Talk, when Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith were talking about August Alsina, because they brought this guy, this rapper, into their home. Will Smith is out on some work detail, and then they go ahead and have sex. She went ahead and cheated on Will Smith. At that Red Table Talk, Will Smith had said that he felt like he was sitting next to the wife. He felt like he was the wife of the politician who was talking about his transgressions. And then she kind of rolled her eyes at that. Well, actually, I don't feel like me letting another man stick his dick up inside me was a transgression against our open relationship marriage. Yeah, I made a vow, but we have a different kind of relationship. When I want to get some other dick, I'm allowed to go get some other dick. I was feeling lonely on that day. She said she was feeling lonely on that day or something. So it wasn't a transgression. If you feel lonely, you're allowed to go ahead and throw out your promises to... But imagine that, right? Imagine that a politician comes out, apologizes for cheating on his wife. He let down his family, and he let down America and the world, right? But the wife stands by her man, stands proudly, strongly. Yeah, he made a mistake, but he's a human, and I'm still his wife, and I still love him, and I'm sticking with him. But then the politician goes on to say, well, actually, I'm not sorry. It wasn't a transgression. I felt lonely. And my God, did I want some... I made the commitment for life. What I meant was sometimes I'm going to go ahead and get some ass. That's just how it is. There's no transgression. I don't apologize at all. I didn't let down you, America, or the world. It's none of your damn business. In fact, the transgression was the wife wasn't there for me. I felt lonely. Where was my wife? I felt lonely. So I'm just going to end this off on fuck public education. American public education is absolute dog shit. Shut up, sit down, obey. They get all the power. They get all the money. You're on the bottom end of the totem pole. There's no freedom and democracy. We have such an important legacy and heritage as young Americans to learn the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, our role in the world, to be that city on the hill, to raise heroes, to raise good heroes, not a bunch of villains, not a bunch of fucking savages. What's the good in calling a 12-year-old alopecia girl a bunch of names? What's the good of hitting a 12-year-old alopecia girl? And where the fuck are the teachers? That 12-year-old alopecia girl was doing what she was supposed to do, going to school, listening to her parents, listening to teachers, and everybody let her down. She's getting bullied, she's getting fucked with, and nobody gave a goddamn flying fuck. And now she's dead forever. You didn't give a shit. Or you would have stopped it. Public education in America is raising savages. It doesn't empower the individual. It doesn't help the community. It doesn't create solidarity or caring relationships. It just creates careerists. And it creates a bunch of fascist, careerist assholes who get all the power and all the fucking money. The only way to go into public school is if you're getting paid. Do not send your kid to public education. Don't send your kid to public education. You can teach your kid how to read, write, and do some arithmetic. If not, send them to the first 3 grades. And then after that, just tell them to specialize in some specific thing. Get really, really good at that thing. Make a full commitment at that thing. And they'll be better off. We're not creating... Where's the solidarity? I mean, no wonder unions are at 9%. No wonder... Anyways. So yeah, that's just some comments on Jada Pinkett Smith's recent Red Table